Hey there. So once you have your room, you want to start putting things in it. So we're just going to look for clip art objects in Google, and there's going to be a few edits we're going to make to them. So I'm going to start by just finding objects I want to put in my room. I'm just going to look for a desk, and if you put in clip art, it usually gives you good like cartoon images so that everything in there is kind of uniformly cartoon, but you can look for real ones. It depends on the style you're looking for. I like it to look more cartoonish. So while it loads, I'm gonna click on images. I could click on it here as well. And depending on where I want to put it in my room, I need to pick carefully. So this one and this one already have a effect that they are going further away from me. If you look at the shape, it's got this trapezoid or parallelogram more like shape that shows that it would be up against a wall maybe on here and going further away. I could use that one. If I wanted to look straight at it, I would want one more like this. It's my decision. I'm going to actually choose this one that has that 3D looking effect, so I can put it on the side wall. I'm going to copy image, and if you see there's all of this checkered, and even through the shadow you can see that, which means this image was formatted with a transparent background, meaning if I put this in PowerPoint, you will only see the image of the desk. Nothing will fill the space around it. Now I clicked on the wrong paste option, which I'm glad I did because I want to show you, and it filled in that space with black. I'm going to delete that. If I click on paste, that was this, put it as a picture. If I put it as keep source formatting, I'm keeping the formatting from where it came from, which is that transparent background. So I click on that and it comes in. And now you can see that even the shadow is kind of transparent because I can see through to my paintings. Now this desk looks gigantic. I need to make it look a little bit smaller so it would look more like the proportions of my room. Now that looks a lot better. So I'm not loving the angle it's at, so I might go try pick a different one. Maybe I can go straight on, but this will do for now. And I just sit it over there on the wall, good to go. I'm gonna go pick a different desk just so I can show you some other tools that might be useful when you pick your image, because I picked one with this transparent background. If I were to pick one without it, it would change a lot. So I'm going to use this one that I found. It's a little small, but I'm going to make it bigger. But you see, you can't see any of that checkered stuff because that's just a white background. So I'm going to copy and paste this image in. And here it comes in. I'm going to make it bigger so it fits the proportions of my room a lot better. I'm going to get rid of this desk so I have more space. Oops. So now I want to take this desk and get rid of all this background so it looks like it's sitting in this room, not just pasted over top of it. So there are two ways to do this, and this might be perfect because one way will be easier, but it might not work as well for it. So then I'll show you the harder way that gets more precise. So I'm going to go to Format and Color, and down here there's Set Transparent Color. This is how I can tell it which color I want to be able to see through. Anywhere where it sees that color, just make it erase it, make me see through it. So I'm going to click on this white space behind it. And this is exactly what I expected to happen. It looks very clean on the edges, but we see these white papers on the desk. They all got made into a transparent as well because it's all the white color. So I'm going to undo what I just did and show you the other option. The other way to do it is by clicking this remove background option. If I click on that, it turns a bunch of my picture pink and it gives me this little inside box. I want to pull these edges so it uses the whole picture. And then it has pink and colored spots. The pink spots are the background it's trying to remove. It's recognizing the background seems to be white and it found that color and marked all the ones to remove. We want to mark the ones to keep. And there's two options up here. I can mark areas to remove and I can mark this background area. Keeps it pink. But if I mark areas to keep that are pink, it'll change them back to color. So I'm marking each of these pink spots that I want to stay in the image and not make them see-through. Sometimes you have to click a few areas. Sometimes they're a little stubborn. You have to find just the right spot to click. Get these little pink bits here. Good. So now the only spot that's pink and going to be deleted is the area surrounding my desk and my papers. If I wanted to get rid of this paper, I could have it delete it, but I actually like it there on the floor, so I'm going to keep it. So I'm done marking areas to keep, and I'm going to keep these changes. Now this desk fits in the room just right. So if I were to have this desk be this big, it looks like I'm almost standing behind it, right where I am. It's directly in front of me, but I want it to be more up against this back wall. So I need to make it smaller. If I move it smaller, now it looks like it could be farther away, but it's also located very close to the front of the screen, so it makes me feel like I'm very close to it. I also need to move it up. Background objects go up higher. If I move it up, I get it right here. Now it looks like it's situated at the back of the room. Now I want to put some more things in here that are closer to me, maybe in this corner, and I need to think carefully about what I want to do. I'm going to go get some chairs to put in this room. Nice relaxing chairs. I'm going to put comfy chair clip art. And when I get here, after it loads, I'll be able to pick whatever chair I want. I'm a big fan of this reddish pinkish one. I'm going to click, and I'm seeing that has the white background. I'm going to need to do the same thing to this one. If I want to look for one that has a transparent background, I can click around and look for those dots. But I don't mind doing it real quick, especially because this doesn't have the same white option, so I can probably just use set transparent background. So I'm going to click and paste it in. There it is. Let's make it bigger. And format, remember the picture tools menu comes up when I'm clicking on a picture. I get that menu, color to set transparent color, click that white. Now it does give me those fuzzy edges, so I'm gonna just give it a shot and do the remove background, see if I can get tighter to the shape. And it seems to be, it's getting pink all around. So let's keep those changes, and there we go. Now I'm gonna pull this desk forward. If these two items were sitting next to each other, I think they would be about, compared to each other, about this size. However, I want this desk to be in the back and this chair to be up front. So the desk should get smaller and move up. And the chair should be bigger and closer to the front. The bigger I make it, the more it seems it's close to me. If I move it here, let's see what effect I get. Now it feels like it's pretty close to me. It's just out of the frame. So I might want to move it back and make it a little smaller so I can see it in the frame. So it's a little further back. That feels a bit better. So add as many items and furniture into this room as you like, but be thinking about if it's farther away, it should be up higher and it should be smaller. If you need to review those tricks of how to remove the background, just go backwards in the video. Have fun designing your room, make it like you. It's good to see something that is uniquely you in all of your projects. So have fun and move on when you are ready.